Hey there everyone, welcome back to the Indus YouTube channel and welcome you all to the another exciting video. In this video I going to discuss about how to set up TPO charts in QuanTower. Along with this I going to also show you what are my personal settings I use for Nifty as well as Bank Nifty in this video. The only thing you need to do is watch the entire video without skipping any part. So without wasting much time, let's get started. So if you open QuanTower, then if you open default charts, then the chart seems to be like this. So after learning all the settings and customization, you can customize your TPO charts like this. So how to do that? That is where our video going to help you out. So let's start with the scratch how to open TPO charts. Okay, if you just have a favorite icon here, it's okay, or else you directly click on the logo here. Simply click on the logo, and once you come into analytics, there will be an option called TPO charts. Simply click on it, and once you maximize this, the default layout of TPO chart looks like this. Okay, so first of all let's start from the right corner. Okay, if you see, this is the order placing toolbox or tool, you can say tool section. This also plays a very key role. In the coming videos I am going to make separate videos on this because this is really handy and useful for the option traders. So we will make a another video on this. So for this video you simply just click on this to hide that particular toolbar. Now coming to, if you see at the bottom of this page, this is volume analysis. Okay, this particular section is used for volume analysis. As we are only discussing about TPO charts, we don't need volume analysis as well. So I am simply unchecking this. Okay, now you can see majority of this is clean now. Now if you see, this is the toolbar, you know, where you can see indicators, this is alerts and some drawing tools. All these things you get left side of our chart. So now if I start from here, this is the underlayer name. So you can search Nifty, any future chart, you can simply search here. As of now I am keeping Bank Nifty. Now coming to aggregation, style and volume analysis, we will discuss at the end of the video. So now let's start with the settings. So simply right click on the chart on any blank area and simply click on the settings. Now after opening setting, this is how the UI looks. So in the first display style, okay, let me show you the display style. Let me just zoom in. Okay, and let's go back to settings, and you can see display style is selected as boxes. Now let's say you don't want these boxes, simply you can switch to letters, but most of the users prefer boxes, including me, because you see in the market profile introduction video we have discussed about these things, right? We have switched from line to bar, bar to candlesticks, and among that if you see the transition between bar candlesticks chart and Japanese candlesticks charts, UI played a key role, right? The presentation, the data presentation, how good. So that's the reason most of the members are still using candlesticks charts, because the appearance, the UI plays a key role. In the similar case, I even feel boxes is the best option, but this particular motto of the video is to go through all the settings so that you can customize the chart according to your own customization. Okay, that's the reason I have selected the box here. Now coming to coloring mode is very interesting part, because if you see, most of the members by default we see heat map. Okay, and in fact among all these things, heat map is one of my favorites, because it looks so amazing. Market profile looks so amazing. Once you are happy to see that, then you learn, you spend time and you are happy to see that charts. Okay, but let's say it is difficult to see, then you can't focus on learning, right? So that's the reason market profile in QuanTower is no other questions like extraordinary. Now coming to other options also, let's go. It's not like heat map only key, remaining also options help you a lot. Like again, it depends upon your trading style and your customization, you can use any of these colors. Now single color is nothing but you can select entire profile with single color. Most of the members don't prefer this, but if you want, you can go for it. Now coming to up down profile, this is interesting. If you see, if I just zoom out, according to the profile, if the profile is bullish, okay, then you see a green color. If it is bearish, you see a red color. If it is neutral, you see this color. So how these colors are defined? Again, if you go back to settings, okay, if you go back to settings, you can adjust the colors here. Okay, you can change up color, down color, neutral color according to your wish. Now coming to what is up down bars. Up down bars is nothing but, just now in up down profiles we have decided the profile color according to the profile up or down. Like it's, if it is up, we have given one color, and if it is down, we have given another color. In the similar case with up down bars, but the only difference is this coloring is for the bars. If I just, this is the recent profile, right? If I just double click on this, this profile will be extended. Okay, so after extending, if you see, this is the bar. After opening, it went down. That's the reason almost it is indicated in the red color. Thereafter, if you see continuous, we have seen ofting, one time framing. Okay, don't worry about one time framing and everything, because we have a separate playlist of market profile in our channel. Let me show you. This is the profile, this is the playlist. You just go and watch entire videos. You will come to know all the basics as well as advanced concepts of market profile in this particular playlist. So don't forget to check out this playlist. Okay, so if you see one time framing happened here, that's the reason we have seen green candles, and thereafter there is a negative. So that's the reason this bar is colored in the red. So hope you understood. Okay, so up down bars give coloring to the bars. The delta profile is similar to the up down profile, and delta price is similar to the up down bars. There is little difference. Yes, I do agree, there is little difference, but you can still try out these options. Now coming to delta bars, and at present it is not loading the colors because maybe we are not in market hours. That might be the reason, but yes, I use this particular coloring modes, but you will get the colors, all these colors you will get. And coming to volume profile, even volume profile is also not loading the color, but it's completely fine, because you see volume profile is just like the single color. You can simply select the colors and it will load it. Okay, now coming to volume price and volume bars, I don't use, because you see TPO itself is a name of time price opportunities. Okay, so now I basically give importance to the time, not to the volume in market profile. So I prefer up to here. Okay, up to delta bars, not below. Volume, all these coloring modes I personally don't use. Okay, so now I am switching back to heat map, and again that's the only reason I am explaining about color modes is you need, at least you need to know, because let's say you want to see the profile at single shot, whether it's like up profile or down profile, you can simply use this color mode and you can identify easier, right? So that's the reason I have explained here. So I am switching back to my heat map, because this is the one option I personally use. Now coming to fixed width height ratio, this is very important. If I just close this dialog box, and if I just use both the axis, y axis and x axis, you can see I can manage the chart. But if I just scroll, you can see the particular profile is expanding, but it is not readable. But if I just enable this option, you can see the change, right? And even if I scroll down, it will scroll down with the fixed height and width ratio, which helps you to read the market profile easily, right? So now let's go back to settings. So this is the one option I personally always enable it. Okay, and it's your wish, you need to continue with it or not. Now coming to the next option, that is plot symbol. If you see, there is a symbol plotted. Symbol in the sense it's like the price of this particular underlayer is directly plotted on your profile. Okay, so we can directly see the price. Okay, so I personally don't use this. Why I don't use this? Just I deselect it, thereafter I will show you. Okay, so if you see the price is opened here, you can see the bracket here, and this is open bracket and this is close bracket, and the open bracket indicates the opening price and the close bracket indicates the closing price or running price. Okay, if I just double click on it, you can easily understand this. Price opened here and closed here. Now let's say there is a running candle. If the price is moving up along with the price, this particular arrow will also move with the price. So this is the closing price. That's the reason I don't need that particular symbol. Now coming to show bar. What is this show bar? If you see, this is the opening and this is the closing, right? If I just zoom in the profile, you can see a green color bar here, right? This is called bar. If I just uncheck this, you can see there is no bar now. Just if I again enable this, you can see a bar. So now again this is a color coding. If it is negative, you can see a red bar, just like here. If you see, this is the opening and this is the closing, and what is this bar is nothing but opening and current price or closed price. Okay, let's say if market is closing here, then the bar will be somewhere near to up to this. Okay, let me show you again. Yes, here is the best example. This is the opening price, this is the closing price, and you can see a green bar from here to here. So it depends, again, as I said, it depends upon your own customization whether you are going to use this or not. I personally don't use this setting. Now coming to show value area. So in order to see the value area, you simply go and enable this. Okay, if you enable this, you can see the value area which is highlighted, and the rejection and acceptance of price which is not the in the value area high and lows, all these are shaded out. Okay, so now this is the value area which is highlighted. Now it depends upon how much percentage you want to use, and again different people use different sort of percentages, but I continue with the default settings, 70, because there is not much difference between 66 and 70. So I just practiced and backtest, and I am comfortable with the 70, and you can, according to your own customization, you can use your value, but as I said, I use 70. Now coming to extend value area high, value area low until intersection. Okay, if you see value area high and low, this is value area high and this is value area low. Until and unless this again price touching these areas, the lines are enabled. Okay, just let me go back to setting, and if I just uncheck this, you can see almost we don't have any lines extended. Okay, so even this is one feature. I usually don't use I don't keep enabled value area, because whenever I get need of that particular value area, then I just come and enable this, and thereafter after my particular requirement I just turn off this, but you can keep. Okay, and coming to this particular option, it depends upon you whether you are want to keep that extended lines or not. It completely depends upon you. Okay, now that is about volume area. Now coming to POC. What is POC? As we already discussed in our introduction video of market profile, it is point of control, which is the fairest price. Okay, so if I just uncheck this, you can see this white color, right? White color bar in between, all this white color coding in between, that is called POC. That is the fairest price. That means most of the time spent here on this particular profile, on this particular session, this is the area where most of the time spent by this particular script. So yes, if I just turn off this to none, you can see it is disabled now. Okay, now if I keep this setting to migrating, then it means in each particular this particular time frame. Okay, if I see this is A period, B period, C period, D period, right? So it is dividing in each period. In A period this is the POC, B period this is the POC, C period this is the POC, D and E. If you see POC is continuously shifting, that means that's again a bullish sign. So in this way also you can use this. It depends upon your particular personalization. Okay, so now if you see, I personally keep it in final. Okay, so because I see final POC, and again it depends upon your wish whether you want to use final or whether you want to use migrating. Okay, so we have discussed till here, right? Now coming to line. Okay, this is again extend POC until intersection, same as the value area high and low which we have seen now. Until and unless this is intersecting, the line will be extended like this. If you see, this POC line is extended until and unless next the price is reaching here, this line will keep extending itself. Okay, so this is one setting, again you can see with. But yes, this helps us to see the fairest price of previous profiles. This is one good option. I personally keep enabled this option, and I personally keep enabled this option. Now coming to markers, it's nothing but the opening and closing brackets which I have shown you. If I just disable it, you can see there is no marking now, the opening price and the closing price. This is very important. I keep enable this particular markers. Now coming to singles. Okay, and again you can change the color of this particular opening and closing markers, and it depends upon you. Okay, and you can also keep only open. Okay, open of each candle. Okay, it will show you open of each candle, close of each candle, and you can also see half break. Okay, again it depends. I particularly don't use marker on each bar. Okay, I just use opening and closing of that particular profile. Okay, so that's the reason I keep this as none. But if you want to consider each and every bar, then you can also go for that options as well. Now coming to singles. Singles is nothing but, you see, single TPOs. Okay, simply you understand this simple TPOs. For example, let me show you. In these profiles, if you see, in the E period we have single TPOs. Okay, if I just go back to settings, and if you see singles, if I just untick this, you can see there is no singles marked now. Okay, this singles plays a important role in the profile. Okay, in future videos in market profile, we have a separate dedicated video on the singles, because that important they are. So now just now you key important this is the area where smart money is coming in. So we will discuss in detail in that video, but singles are important. I keep enabling them. Okay, now coming to midpoint. If you see every profile we have POC, as well as there is also a red color. Two particular time frames or two particular times, especially this particular white is called POC, and this particular red is called midpoint. And again this red will be depending upon your own color choice. I prefer default, like you can also customize this. If I just uncheck this, you can see there is particular red is disabled now. Okay, midpoint is also important. Okay, there is slight difference between midpoint and POC. Midpoint is the profile's midpoint, and particular POC is the highest time spent. Especially we see a midpoint and POC at the same areas when we have neutral days. Okay, in that sort of days, you very rare case we see, but most probably this is the main difference between the midpoint and POC. So now coming to count profile rows. Okay, if you just enable this, you can see the TPOs count here. Okay, but this is not a better idea, because we have a separate section here, bar statistics. This we call as bar statistics. We're going to discuss in next few minutes. So I personally don't enable this, because when we have an option here, then yes, you want to see and count TPOs, then you can use this option. but I personally don't use this. Okay, and coming to the customization, you can customize it according to your own customization, font size, and like you can keep it bold or unbold, and you can use colors, and you can just customize that. Personally I don't use, that's the reason I'm unchecking this. Now coming to initial balance. Okay, then coming to IB, if you see we have a IB here, right? This is IB. IB is nothing but first two candles, first 30 minutes, two candles, or simply in other words, first 1 hours high and low is considered as IB. Okay, that we have in the settings as well. This is default setting, nothing much you need to change in that. Okay, now if you see this is bar, and if you keep area, that area is highlighted, but I highly recommend you keep this as bar. And if you want to customize, you can just customize the color of that particular profile, that IB. Okay, so you can do with this, but just stay leave it default the value and period. Okay, now coming to volume analytics. Okay, if I just enable volume analytics, you can see the volume profile is plotted. Okay, just let me show you. The volume is plotted here, right? But as in the earlier section of this video only I mentioned, in this particular video we are not focusing on volume analysis, because we have a separate video of volume analysis. So that's the reason we are ignoring this particular section. Okay, so I did not enable this. Yes, we can use both profiles in one chart, which also makes some sense, but for this particular video we are not going to discuss this. Okay, so now coming to TPO statistics, this is important. If you see, just if I uncheck this, you can see the bottom we do not have bar statistics. It's also called as TPO statistics. It depends upon platform to platform, but yes, majority of platforms we have this option. But I personally like QuanTowers because we have lot of options here. And simply enable this, and you have all these options below. Okay, you can select everything, or you can select only selected things which you want to keep display of, or you want to keep track of. For example, I usually used to see POC, and I also used to see TPO count, TPO volume, and TPO down, and sometimes I see POC count. Okay, so it depends upon. Most of the times I even don't enable this at the end of the day, or when I am planning to take the BTST, or when I am talking about internal clock. All these sort of things I use about this particular option. Okay, but as I said again, it depends upon your own customization, what are the options you track, and what are your own customization you want. You can enable that options. Okay, this is about the general settings. Okay, at any part of the video, if you like my efforts in this video, then make sure you show the support by liking this video. Okay, now let's continue. Let's go to the view. Okay, in this view you can customize your settings. Let us complete this very fast, because nothing much in this. Time zone is auto selected. Mouse wheel option, mouse wheel action. Okay, you can keep scroll, zoom to cursor, price zoom. Okay, you can set all these settings according to your particular mouse wheel shift action, and all this you can particularly select according to your own customization. Okay, up to here. Okay, up to this particular section. Okay, so it's nothing much to do. It's you need to do your own customization. If not, you even if you keep default setting, then that is completely fine. Okay, now coming to window. Okay, this window we have customization of color. This is also important. Okay, personally I use this particular color, black color, just to increase the color appearance of my profile. Okay, it depends upon you. Whatever the color you want, you can choose the top color and bottom color. If you want to make it gradient, okay, like this, even you can make this according to the gradient colors, whatever you want. Okay, now coming to abbreviation values, you keep it default. And coming to crosshair, you can see just nothing much. You can just change with the color and font color. uh, but this particular color is good for me because my theme is dark theme. So if you see the dark theme, this particular crosshair is looks good. So that's the reason I am going with default in it, but you can customize as I said. Now coming to grid, these are the grid lines. Okay, I personally don't like grid lines, and you can see now how good the profile is looking at. Okay, yes, there are more settings. Once we complete all the settings, you will see very good profile, good appearing profile. Okay, now we are in view section, so we are going back. We have completed till grid. Now coming to time to next bar. Okay, time to next bar means let's say you are watching profile. Sometimes we also split the profile like this, and we will watch profile like this. Okay, now let's say you are in the C period, and you will show the time at the right corner here. You will the time is displayed here for the next bar. Okay, like 14 minutes left, 16 minutes left, 3 minutes left. Okay, so if you want that option, it's okay. If you don't want that option, then you can simply uncheck this. Okay, so again it depends upon your own customization. I personally keep this enable because I usually use some, most of the times I also use this profile as well by splitting it. So I want to see the A period, B period, C period, every period I used to come and see the time as well, because that helps me. Now coming to additional show symbol description, we usually don't need this option. Uncheck this. Now coming to object toolbar, about this toolbar, if I just uncheck this, you can see if you want to make a screen only for TPO chart and you don't want any sort of object toolbars, then you can uncheck this. But particularly personally I use this because I use lot of drawing tools sometimes, so that's the reason it's my habit to keep this toolbar enabled. Now coming to show toolbar, this is of the top. Okay, this is of the top. You can also unhide this, and if you see, just you want to see, make sure you keep your profile neat, like you are using only purely market profile and you want to utilize your space, you want to do space management top notch, then you can disable this, but I personally keep both this enabled. Now coming to show volume analysis toolbar, which you can directly uncheck here, or which you can also toggle from here. That results the same. Okay, it depends upon you. Now coming to what is QE, if I just enable this, you can see we get buy and sell options here, which we don't use. That's the reason I am unchecking this. Now coming to confirm on profile close, this I keep enable because sometimes accidentally if I even click on this close button, it will ask the confirmation. Okay, that's the reason I keep enable, but again you can also disable that. Now coming to data style. Okay, data style, you just leave this default. And coming to time scale, time scale is again if you see we have a time scale below. So in the time scale we have different type of options. Okay, now coming to this font size, font you can select, and font size, and you can select all these things. And coming to date, you can see the date is mentioned here. You can also change that according to your own customization. Now coming to axis, you can sometimes go with this color, it's completely fine. And coming to background also, I sometimes prefer to go with this color, and sometimes I keep default, or sometimes I go with this sort of colors, and it depends completely on you. Now coming to, even if you see the profile is looking good, but still there are lot of lines, right? Vertical lines, we have lot of vertical lines. So these are called separators. Okay, in the same time scale you have all these separators: day, week, month, year. I usually use week. Okay, this is for the daily I keep only this particular week. For every week we have a separator. This is 1 week, this is 1 week, this is 1 week. Okay, so this is how I use separator. So again it depends. If you want to see day by day separator, you can still go here and enable this, so that you see separator after each and every profile, which I personally don't prefer. Now coming to price scale. Before seeing about price scale, if you have not yet joined in our Telegram channel, I highly recommend you to join our Telegram channel, because we share lot of informations here about ODX, market profile, and also market updates, and I also share important updates about our channel. So make sure you join the Telegram channel, link is in the description. Okay, so now let's see about price scale. In the price scale, if you see, again you can customize here. I just customize the background. Okay, so and you can also keep this as white so that you can see clear. Even here I am changing access to white, so that seems good, right? So again it depends upon your own customization. And coming to text color also, I will make it dark white. Okay, so this is how you can customize the price scale. It depends upon your own customization. Now coming to highlight prices. Okay, so highlight prices, again you can customize, nothing much to discuss about them. Again you can adjust the colors and the font of particular ask, last, bid, all this spread type. You can adjust the customization according to you, and even if you leave it default, nothing much gonna to affect you. Now coming to open price, there are also markers. Just in the time scale, we have time scale markers, right? That is vertical. Now in the price we will have horizontal. Let's say open price. If I enable open price, and if I enable day high and low, and if I enable previous close, you can see here high, and this is open price, and this is close price. Everything is marked, right? And I'm not a big fan of this. As I again said, I don't keep these markers. Okay, but yes, opening price is something which you can keep a track of, because why we're going to discuss again in the further videos in the market profile as well. So it depends upon you, your own customization. As of now, you can simply uncheck all these prices, and according to your own requirement you can enable it. Now coming to visual trading, as I said, we make a different video on this particular visual tradings, so we will discuss in that video. Just now you ignore this. And coming to order entry, rulers and volume bars, event trading, and hotkeys. Okay, if you see in the visual trading, we're going to cover all these things. Okay, now coming to hotkeys helps you to set the shortcuts, which plays a key role. Once you are habit to QuanTower, then you will start using hotkeys. So that is very easy to use, and you can just go through and set according to whatever the shortcuts you want to adjust. Okay, now let's say, let me show you my personal settings. Okay, yes guys, now let's see my personal settings. Okay, before moving to personal settings, I hope you have now an idea how to customize charts like this, right? So I'm directly showing you some important settings. Let me open my template. See, this is the template I have saved for my daily use. So coming to Nifty, this is the same customization which I have shown you, so you can customize according to your requirements. So the main doubt majority of the people have is about the tick size. So if I talk about the tick size of Nifty, I keep build from 30 minutes, and I keep profile aggregation 1 day, and history I at most keep 3 months. Okay, because this particular profile I use for the intraday, so there is no use to keep longer longer duration beyond 3 months, because it takes time to load, right? So I keep 3 months at max, which works perfectly for me. Now coming to tick size, that is 220 I use for the Nifty 50. And again, the majority people think tick size I should keep the same as this person or that person. See, it's about tick size. You keep that tick size which helps you to make your profile readable. Okay, so I have back tested a lot of tick size numbers, and I have gone through, but for Nifty 220 plus or minus 10, that works really fine for the Nifty, which according to my backtest. So you can also try these numbers plus or minus 10. Now coming to Bank Nifty remaining everything is same, but coming to tick size, I personally use 460, and again you can also go for plus 25 to minus 25 somewhere near to, or plus 30 to minus 30, because it's very easy. Let me show you one example. Okay, let's say I am here switching to 300. Okay, so if I apply 300, you can see the profile is too small, or like it is stressed. Okay, like if I am keeping this 460 back, you can see the clear difference here. Okay, so which one is more readable? Comparatively this is more readable. So that's the reason you select the tick size which makes your profile more readable. Okay, that's the important point. Now coming to style, if I click on style, these are the same options, and even in the volume analytics, these are the same options which we have discussed in our settings. So no need to discuss again this, just you go through the same options which we have discussed in the settings. Now coming to the one more important thing which I need to discuss is, sometimes let's say this is the sideways, right? This 4 days, or in other than sideways we can say this 4 days the price is in between the value area. So now I want to see the POC of these 4 profiles once. So how can I do that? Simply right click on this, merge left, merge left, merge left. So I can see a single POC now. That means I can merge right to left or left to right. You can just right click on the profile, not on blank. Right click on the profile, then you can see all these options. Okay, so this is also one of the important point. If I miss anything, I will try to make short videos, because already the video length is high. So if you like my efforts at any part of the video, so show me the support by subscribing the channel, and let me know in the comment section how you felt about this particular illustration, and subscribe to the channel, like the video, because actually this all things helps to break the YouTube algorithm, and by that our videos will reach some other peoples, that will help me and our community to grow. Above all, that motivates me a lot. So all because of your support, I spend lot of hours to making in this video. So I again like to thank you all for 1k subscribers, and see you all in the next video. Until then, this is Krishna signing off. Jai Hind.